In this video, we are going to see how can we combine charts in Excel to help us analyze multiple informations, such as we can use here a column chart coupled with a line chart, instead of separately create those two different charts. A line one to see the average margin and a column chart to see the total sold. We can couple those charts together and see everything in just one single place. And that way we can know if there is or not a correlation between those two variables. But anyway, you don't need to use a sales report or anything like that. If you have more than just one information to display in a chart in Excel, you can use the same methodology because it's going to work, okay? Here I have two different informations: sales, total sold, and the average margin. And I'm comparing them both. So let's see here the data set that I have. I have the date, the order ID, the total sold, the customer ID, and the margin. And here I will not use all the columns that I have, but just the first, the third, and the fifth one. So how can I select those columns separately at once? What I can do is, let me select the first column that is going to be very important, that is the date, that is actually going to separate one category to another. As we can notice right here, one column to another is being separated because of the date. Okay, so I already select the date, the information. Now I'm going to press and hold down the Control key, and then I'm going to select the total data set like this. And then again, press and hold down the Control key and select the margin or your third information. Okay. Now all the informations that I need to use are selected, so I can go to Insert, and here to the right I can choose any chart. I can use a column chart, or I can even go to the line chart. It doesn't matter because we're gonna change the type of the chart to have a column coupled with a line. Okay, so I'm using here a line chart, but as I said, it doesn't matter. Let me bring this chart down, and I can also click in these little circles, hold and drag out or in to change the size of the chart. Maybe I think this one is okay. And something that we can notice is I already have both of those informations. As the total, I have here this blue line, and as the margin, I have this flat orange line. But why the margin is flat? Because if we compare the value of the margin, of course it's percentage. But if I change the percentage to, let's say, a number itself, 0.25 is very, very different than the roughly 200. So this is why, because the distance between one number to another is too big, we can see the margin here. It's look like flat because, of course, all the margins that we have is something like 0.0 point something, 0.25 or 0.4 and so forth. So this is why it's almost flat, because it's here in the zero level. But let me change again here, undo the action to have percentage again. So this is why it's very important to have two axes in this chart. One in the left to be used as the columns, and one to the right to be used as the line. So let me do the same thing here to this chart, and always that you have two or more informations within one single chart, maybe you can do the same, is separate the informations, one to the left, one to the right. Right click in the chart, and then I can go to change chart type. Here I'm going to the last option, combo. And as we can notice, as the total, I can click in the chart type and choose a column chart. And as the margin, I can choose a line one. But the very important thing is here, secondary axis. Let me choose and mark the second checkbox. And then I can click OK. As we can notice right now, I have the categories in the left that corresponding to the column, and the categories to the right that corresponding to the line itself. And basically we're done. This is how we can create a combo chart in Excel to combine different charts within one single chart. However, if you want to know how can we better display the informations throughout maybe some designs and customize it, layout, stick with me because I'm going to show you how can we transform this chart right here into the one that I have here above. So let's go again to this chart right here. Let's start getting rid of the informations that I don't want to use, such as the legend here underneath. I can click in the legend and then delete, get rid of the legend. I can also go here to the header, click again, and the title that I can give is maybe total sold versus average margin. Okay, like this. Let me click in the header. I'm going to decrease the font size, maybe 11. Okay, I can also click to select the entire chart and put everything in bold and change the font color to a darker blue, maybe this one. Yeah, I think this one is okay. Another thing that I think is very important to do, at least in this situation right here, as we can notice to the left, I have 2 decimal places to the currency, and also here to the right, 2 decimal places to the percentage. I don't think it's necessary, again, in this situation right here, so we're going to get rid of the decimal places, and that way we can gain more space, more area within the chart. So let me right click in the numbers to the left and then go to Format Axis. Now with this right panel, I can go here to number. Let me click here in X options just to close. And then as the decimal places, I can change to 0 and then hit enter. I'm gonna do the same thing for the percentage. I also want to use 0 decimal places, enter. Now let me go here to the date itself, because I think it's not necessary to have a full date like this. Maybe we can make the dates a little bit shorter like this, the day and the month, or the month and the day, doesn't matter. So let me go here again to the right, and as the format code, I want to have the day, the month, but I don't want to have the year, for example. So let me select all those options, remove, and then click add. Okay, that's it. Now we have a more shorter version of the dates. Of course, we could also create this version right here. You just need to, instead of using double M as the month, you can use triple M and then click add. Now we're going to have the name of the month. Now let's go here maybe to the line, and I want to go to effects, shadow, and I want to use the first option of shadow, just to separate or to differentiate the line from the rest of the chart, to create a little shadow backwards here the line. Now let me go here to fill a line, solid line. I want to stick with this standard red that Excel has. And as the width, maybe we can increase to 3.0. Yeah, I think it's okay. And in my Excel version, I have this very special option, smoothed line. And if you can also activate this option, I think it's a good idea, because we can switch between a sharp corner to a rounded one. And I think the rounded one is better. So I'm going to stick with this option. Now we can go again here. Let me click in the column, and let me go to effects, use the same shadow as before, and I can go now to fill a line. Let's stick first with the border, solid line. Let me choose here a different blue, maybe a light one. And as the width, I'm going to increase a lot this number right here, because the more I increase this number, the more round, as we can notice, the column is going to become. But let me stick with maybe 6. I think it's okay. Yeah, I think it's okay. Let me close this panel, and we're done. So this is our chart. And remember, whenever you update any value into your dataset, the values here in the chart are also going to be automatically updated. So let me take maybe this last value right here, 9%, and I'm going to change to a larger number, such as 30%. I'm going to hit enter. Look what's going to happen with the last point here in the last category. 1, 2, 3, enter. Okay, the value got automatically updated for me. And now the last thing that we can do here with this chart, maybe it's just a little touch in the background, because as we can notice in the chart that I did before, I have a customized background with rounded corners, with a little shadow. So let me click in the area of the chart, right click, and then go to Format Chart Area. I want to go here to border and choose a black color. And maybe as the width, I can use 1. And again, in my Excel version, I have this option, rounded corners. And if you also have, you can activate this option, because you're gonna have a round corner. Now let me go to Effects, Shadow, and again, the first option of shadow. and then I can close, and yeah, that's it, we're done. So this is our fully customized chart in Excel that can help us a lot. If you have a presentation, you need to create a dashboard or a report, I hope this chart can help you out. And if you have any questions or any suggestions to the next videos, let me know, comment down below, and I see you tomorrow, because every day has a new video, so I see you there.